And so now that I'm able to edit features by changing them, I can also add features to my map. If I wanted to, so I'm going to start another editing session, I can click on the layer called the building use. And down here, once you click in this right, so once again I have the create features box open, I have my layer selected, I can now come down here and actually select a construction tool to begin and actually adding a shape to my file. And once I double click, it then will become active, like so. And as well as it is now selected as well. So I can see here that it has been selected as part of my building use, and it is selected. And so I can actually, in my editor menu, select here attributes. So this will bring up all the attributes that are associated with this shape that are in this file. So if you knew potentially what a building was that currently wasn't on this map and you wanted to add it and you had all this data, you could then add that to this data as well. So I'm actually going to stop editing, or actually I'm going to click this item, I'm going to delete it just to get rid of it. Another thing that I can do while in an editing session or outside of an editing session, it doesn't matter, is I can actually add layers, create new layers that then I want to add data to. So I'm actually going to stop this because I want to start, so I do not want to save my edits. So I'm going to open up our catalog, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to create new, and then a shape file. And here we can change the name, so I'm going to call it site area. I'm actually going to make it a polygon here. No coordinate system, that's fine. I'm going to hit OK. Hit OK. So now we have a new layer called site area. So I'm going to start editing once again. So now over here, my site area option layer is now available to me, this new layer. So I can click in here and say I wanted just these two blocks. I can actually then click my polygon tool, and as you can see, it's snapping to elements currently. I can actually come up here, turn on my snapping toolbar, which is right here, and pops up right here. So I'm going to actually turn off all these because I don't want to snap to anything. I want to make sure that everything is off, so that way now when I'm clicking around, I'm not accidentally snapping to anything. So it gives me a nice little grade tone, so I can double click. And now when I open up the attributes table, all it shows me is this, and that's because this is a new field and I haven't set any new data sets to it. And so I could then save those edits. And then stop editing. And so now I have this new feature, which is associated with this, that then I could clip elements to if I wanted to, or to edit anything within that. And in the future, if I wanted to change that shape, I can do it as well in the same way we change the shape of the building. In addition to this, I'm going to create a new layer as well, new shape file. But this time I'm going to have it points, and I'm going to call this light poles. Okay, and so now I have a point field, so now I'm going to start an editing session again. I'm going to click the Create Features dialog box. I'm going to come down here to light poles. So I'm going to turn off this building use, or actually turn off my site area. And so now I want to put the locations of all the light poles on my landscape, or areas where I feel like potentially there should be light. And so once again, I open up my Create Feature, I click my light poles down the construction tools, I pick point, and now I just simply click points within my map. Once I feel like I have where all the light poles are currently located, or when I went to the site, I documented all these. I can then hit Save Edits, once again, and then stop editing. I'm going to double click to change the symbology of this one single element, or for all elements, and once again inside of here you can see that they have a bunch of different icons. that can be used for these elements. And like with the fill, in terms of style referencing, we can also have different style references for this as well. They're all the same. So I'm going to just click forestry, hit OK. Then when I drag all the way down, you can see now that I have tons of different choices here in the forestry panel that then I can select. So you can go through here and you can try to find the one that is associated best with a light bulb, or whichever feature that you wanted for it to be associated with. And so I am just going to do a hotspot because I'm happy with that. So now I have these little hotspots that are located here. So that's how you add layers and then add features to those layers, as well as changing the symbology of those layers to meet the needs of kind of your own kind of personal interest and design strategy. And in addition, ESRI comes with font style that you can then select within Illustrator or Photoshop to then add some of these icons as just simple text, as letters, in your Illustrator or Photoshop documents.